How is she, Doctor?
Oh, she's all right. She's pretty tough, you know. She's had a nasty turn, and I've given her a sedative. I think she's asleep now. How are you, Mrs. Garner?
Oh, Doctor, you know how it is.
Yes, you've had a bad time these past couple of years, haven't you?
Well, you see, I just don't know what to do. I just can't go into the garden, even. She's all over the house, always trying to do something for herself. Oh, she isn't ill, so I can't get her into a hospital, and, well, you know, I can't afford to put her into a nursing home. I don't know what to do. I'm nearly going mad here, nearly going mad.
Have you given any more thought to that place I told you about in Putney? You know, you must face facts. Your mother is incurably crippled. She'll never be any better. And you just can't give her the constant attention she requires.
But, Doctor, I really have tried my best.
I know. Nobody could have done more. But this hospital I told you about caters especially for people like your mother. Now, would you like me to get in touch with them? It's the Royal Hospital and Home for Incurables.
Incurable? Oh, she won't like that.
Shh. Let's go downstairs, shall we?
Yes, I'll make you a cup of tea.
Pity of it is, you see, that the National Health can't really cope with the problem of people incurably crippled and needing constant medical attention and skilled nursing. That's why we're lucky to have places like this one in Putney. It's run on voluntary contributions, and your mother will only have to pay if she can afford it. And she can stay there for the rest of her life, in comfort and complete security. And you see, you'll be relieved of a great burden. And once she's settled in, you know, she'll be far, far happier.
Well, it sounds the right sort of place for her, but I know I have a job to get her to go. I only hope she doesn't hate me for it.
You don't need your headphones, Mrs. Bishop. I'll take them. We've got a new patient for you to meet.
Oh, yes.
Mrs. Birdwood.
Yes.
Say hello to Mr.
Hello, Mr. Birdwood. Hello.
She's a little deaf, but she's very pleasant. I'm sure you should be very happy here. You've got a very pleasant room, only 4 beds. It's a very pleasant outlook, and a lovely garden. Shall I take your coat now, Mr. Birdwood?
I'm all right as I am, thank you. Anyway, I'm not stopping.
My mother's had a very tiring day, sister.
Yes, she's had. Well, thank you, nurse. There's a nice cup of tea now. Cup of tea, Mr. Darling. Thank you. Cup of tea, Mr. Birdwood.
Sure.
Thank you, nurse. Do you take sugar, Mr. Darling?
No.
No, thank you. Tomorrow, after you've had a little rest, we'll show you around the hospital. There's quite a lot to be seen. As I told you yesterday, there's quite a lot to see, Mrs. Birdwood. Do you think I'd better take your coat? Did you hear what I said, Mrs. Birdwood? It will get very hot and stuffy.
I'm certainly not going to give you my hat or my coat. I've given my daughter firm instructions to come and fetch me today, and I'm doing absolutely nothing until she does.
As you wish, Mrs. Birdwood. We have a nice little shop here where you can get most things. They sell sweets, chocolates, toothpaste, lipsticks, hairnets, almost anything you want. Now we come to the Lancillo room. The lovely room it is. It's so light and such a lot of air. It's a beautiful room. You can sit down here most days, just read or talk to your friends. Isn't it a beautiful room? Now we'll go into the next room, which is the assembly room, where we have concerts and church on Sunday. And there's a beautiful little organ here. Isn't it beautiful?
Mrs. Birdwood, are you feeling all right?
It's none of my business, Mrs. Birdwood, but do you think you've given it a fair try?
As you say, it's none of your business. And if it wasn't for the fact that I feel I can't see very well, I'd write my own letters.
I've been here 11 years, and I came straight from home, too. I know what it's like.
Sorry, dear, that I snapped at you. But you're different. I'll never be able to settle down as you have.
But, you know, when you think to yourself you've never settled down, you may look and appear to be contented to other people, but deep down you're not. But you just have to live with it, you see, and because when you first come, you think it's the end of the world, you know, and then you find it isn't. I think it's best if you have an occupation, and if you're able to do it. Of course, for those who can't, I don't know how they manage, really. I just don't.
Oh, there's always something where you can watch telly or have a bit of chit-chat or read. If you can't hold a book, there's a machine which turns the pages for you.
Prosperity is not without many fears and distastes, and adversity is not without comforts and hopes.
You can make some good friends, you know. Well, I mean, you've got a life sentence together, and you just got to get on with people or go under. They're always plenty worse off than you, and if you can do small things for them, it sort of does you good too. Then you can find ways of doing jobs for yourself. It's nothing much, of course, by the end of the day, but it's a subconscious thing, really. You haven't given in, see? Most of us, of course, need help, one way or the other. And I sometimes wonder if that's the reason why we're always grumbling here. And nothing is ever right.
No, I don't think there's anything to grumble about. The food's good.
The food leaves much to be desired.
Although they have a dietitian here, then I should think he ought to know better and know that people of 60 or 70 years of age can't chew up a tennis ball or anything like that, can they?
The heating is marvellous.
And they put the rooms too high. All the heaters up in the ceiling. Anybody that could walk on that ceiling like a fly would be absolutely sweating.
The days seem to slip by very quickly because we're doing something nearly all the time. When I'm painting, I'm right away from this world, and it's quite an effort to come back to reality, and you find reality is not so bad after all when you're doing something creative. If you have the use of your brain, the thing is to, if you have a hobby, to carry it forward and do it every day. I think if people did think of that, not so much sit back when they come here and think, oh dear, I'm too old to do anything now. I think it would help them. One springs to my mind immediately is little Mrs. Booker. She didn't know she could draw or paint or anything else. And she just used to sit there with her hands on this web tray, you know, not able to move. I think she moves her head all right, but she just sat there. She couldn't feed herself. But she little thought by putting a pen in her mouth or a paintbrush, she'd be able to do such wonderful pictures she does now.
I'm one of the luckier ones that managed to go to late-night concerts at the Festival Hall. And on when I'm returning, I always feel as if I'm returning home with everybody fast asleep, and through the number of generations that have passed through this hospital, I find that with the dim lighting and everything, that I find it rather spooky.
I've always been Christian. It's been nothing but the Lord himself And it's when you take him to your heart, then you know. And you're led. I can't tell you anything more, but it's God himself who works out these problems. I think it's a beautiful outgoing, because I would say I'm ready if the Lord calls me at any time.
Looking back on those old days, remember I was able to walk then. I miss the heather and the rain in the country. Most of all, though, I miss my dog.
Captain, come here, will you? Where are you, Captain? Come on, Captain, come on here. Come on. Here's a good girl. Oh, what chickens. Chase chickens. Morning, Mr. Can.
Morning, sir.
Sorry about tuppence and your chickens.
All right, sir. No damage done.
And how's the garden today?
All right, thank you, sir. Tomatoes coming along nicely. You ought to go and see them.
Oh, yes.
We sold a nice lot of bedding plants last week. We've got trouble with the plum trees.
Oh, that doesn't look too good.
I don't know what the trouble is, sir.
The trouble is that Mrs. Birdwood is not settling in. She's not happy. She wants to go home. She's lonely and hasn't made any friends. She feels cold and misses her cold fire. She's complaining about the drafts. She doesn't like the patients in her ward. Would like to move into a two-bedded ward. She says that the food is always cold. In fact, there is very little about us that she really likes. We shall have to go into the attack.
Press hard. Try and get it round. Now rest. Right? Did you have your hair done this morning?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I did.
Does look nice. We always take an interest in how our patients look.
Thank you very much. What sort of patients do you have here?
Arthritic, Parkinson's, disseminated, cerebral palsy, and others.
That's marvellous. Now, come along now, just a little bit more forward. Now we'll go over the bridge. That's right. Put your stick down. Now then, your left foot forward. Take the weight. That's good. Left again. Very good. Up to the top. Very good. That's right. Now, lean into the tripod. Yes, Miss Ashby will look after you. You're doing very well. Very nice of you indeed. Now open. Now close. Now make them into a tent and pull that thumb in. Yes. Now pull that little finger out. Now keep right in the machine.
Do any of them ever walk again? Oh, yes, some of them after 20 years, 35 years, 18 years. We hope there'll be another one. Because we never give up our patients as long as they go on trying. Now, don't you think you'd better go down now and make a basket?
No, definitely not. Yes, that's coming on nicely. The first attempt. You're going two in front there.
Oh, nonsense.
How a waste of time. Nonsense. Persevere, it'll come right in the end.
Hello, Mum. Sorry I'm late.
No, don't worry. I'm always here. Time doesn't mean anything to me nowadays.
We are in a mood, aren't we?
Where are the children?
Oh, Ian's got a bit of a cold, so I thought it best to leave him with Mrs. Brown opposite, and let's go out into the garden, shall we? By the way, I forgot to tell you Mrs. Boynton's having her house repainted. Did I?
Oh?
I didn't tell you that, did I?
No.
Oh, that's better. Let's take your racket. It's much too hard. Careful, Pat. I'm learning how to make these baskets in flowers. That's what's called the wailing leaves. Or is it rambling? I really don't remember. It's a bit tatty now, though. Yes, it is, isn't it? And it's a bit small, too.
I'm fine, Mrs. Birdwood. Oh, there's just a slight mistake here. It really goes like this. It'll look better this way. You really have quite a flair for this, haven't you?
Oh, I'm so glad you think so. You see, I want this to be an especially well-made basket. It's a surprise for my daughter.
I saw her yesterday. You'd think she was the only one who could make a basket. You can't stop her talking.
Wouldn't it be all right to leave it here for the time being? It is an absolutely safe place, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it should be perfectly safe here, Mrs. Birdwood. We have the tombola prizes, but it shouldn't get nicked.
Oh, I hope not.
You have done a very excellent basket.
Oh, nonsense. It's nothing special.
Putney 4511, Fields Branch, Royal Hospital Home for Incurrables. Yes, this is Brigadier Long, and I am the appeal secretary. Oh, yes, indeed. We made the plan for the garden party, and the tombola stall will be on the far side of the lawn, down by the tennis court. Oh, yes, we had plenty selection of prize this year, about 500 in all. The usual things, 2 cameras, several clocks, a lot of kitchenware, electric kettles, cigarette lighters, silk stockings, something for everybody. As a matter of fact, I have heard that some have come in this morning, and somebody's going around picking them up right now.
Oh, what a surprise you gave me. How lovely to see you. How did you manage to get off?
Oh, Mr. Hardcastle's got flu, so I had the rest of the day off.
Oh, good.
Oh, it's lovely to be able to see you just any time we want to, Mum.
It's lovely for me to have something to look forward to.
You? From what I can understand, you don't have a minute to spare. Now, let's see. What is there? Cinema, talk age, concerts, occupational therapy, physical therapy, a music lesson.
Get away with you.
Oh, and then there's the church services, matron's store, and shopping baskets. Oh, you're an old cheat. That's what you are. I'll be trying to get into the nurse's training school downstairs next. Oh, Stuart, stop pulling his hair. Oh, you are a nuisance. Come here, both of you.
What about some sweets from the shop?
Oh, Mum, no, really, you shouldn't. Put your purse away.
Oh, no, now do let me. It gives me great pleasure. And I can save a little now. Run off, both of you.
Go and get some sweets. Go, he's got the Oh, there are such a plague. Do you know they use this place as a playground?
The children are very frisky this morning, aren't they? Yes, they are, but it's nice to hear their voices about the place, don't you think?
Yes. By the way, I've got a surprise for you when you come to the summer garden party on Saturday.
Oh, what sort of surprise?
Never you mind. But I've got it all finished and ready.
Oh, dear. They're getting tired, Mum. I shall have to go. I don't really want to, but I'll see you tomorrow at the garden party. And your surprise, and it better be good.
Don't worry. It's in a very safe place.
But I put it in the safe place. But I put it with everything else.
Mrs. Bird, I'm sure the perfect simple explanation is what's probably happened is your basket got mixed up with prizes for the tombola and other stalls because it'll take long there by mistake. But I'm practically sorry, there's nothing I can do about it now. I must dash off. We're expecting a very large crowd any minute now.
fire balloon. There's a nice one, look.
Oh, dear, where can that basket have gone? Pat and the children will be here any moment now. I would have to lose it on a day like this.
Now a figure of 8.
Couldn't possibly have left it in here, could I? Well, let's see. Perhaps this... Oh! They'll be here any minute now. What's this? Oh, no, it's not it. Have you seen my basket?
No, my dear, no basket here, I'm afraid.
I think I saw it over on the Tom Bowler store.
How on earth could it have got on the top of the store? Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm certainly not going to waste all this work for nothing. There, that looks like her. Oh, dear.
105.
105. Right. What?
No, 105.
Oh,
105.
so sorry. Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hope she doesn't spot me before I get to the Tom Bowler store. With any luck, if I hurry, I'll get there before she does. Ah, there it is. There's my basket there. Doesn't it look lovely there? It's so
Mrs.
beautiful.
Radlow.
But I want my basket. Give me my basket. That's my basket, and I want it immediately. Look, that's my basket. Can't you take it off the store for me?
Look, can I buy you a chance?
A chance?
I'd like to, yes.
But not a chance. It's my basket, and I want it now.
I'd like to. Let me see. Will you?
Oh,
Can I
yeah, but
have a chance, please?
I want the basket.
Yes, all right. We'll start a chance. Right, let's see what we've got this time then.
Just
Oh, yeah.
hand me down my basket.
Oh, come. Let's see what we've got. Ah, there we are. Let's see. Ah, no luck this time. Let's have another go, shall we?
Oh, don't bother. It's my basket anyway. Look, nobody had any right to put my basket on this store, and I must have it this very minute.
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so pleased to give it to you.
Oh, how lovely. It's for you. Oh, you shouldn't take it.
Well, I wonder who made it.
Never mind. It'll just be something for you to remember me by. Well, let's go and enjoy the garden party before everybody goes home.